Hey, Akri here. Today's art is the inking process for a skull and some flowers. Obviously, I like what I like. This is a larger version of the watercoloring page I'll be trying to set up for sale in my Etsy shop during August. The coloring pages will be on roughly 5x7-inch cold pressed watercolor paper and hand inked with waterproof India ink so that anyone who decides that they want can use pretty much whatever medium they want other than alcohol markers. Well, I guess they can use those too, but they should use them at their own risk. But if anyone just wants the lined piece to have without color, that's fine too. I want to take a second to say that the giveaway for free stickers is still running for another day, so if you want to enter to win, please follow the link in the description for further details. But today, I want to talk about role-playing. Many artists role-play, many people role-play, but I've noticed that a lot of people like to draw their own characters, and when you are putting that much work into something, it's bound to be a creation that you're attached to, and that means something. So I've been role-playing for something like 10 years. Obviously, we can all claim that we pretended as children, but it's not really the same thing as playing a game with rules with other people. And don't get me wrong, in the grand scheme of things, probably that isn't that long, it's nothing to brag about. But what I have learned in this time, through either trial and error on my own part, watching other people mess up, or seeing the reaction of what happens through the grapevine, is that there are a few things that one simply doesn't do. So today, I would like to take a moment to talk about the things that we don't do in roleplay. Now, there's a lot of different kinds of roleplay, the sexy in the bedroom kind, the kind with a DM and some dice, and even kinds that you do through written posts with other people. And then also there's like LARPing that you can do with other people in real life and doesn't really have a DM or whatever. What I'm talking about today mostly will be excluding the bedroom kind, but, you know, use your best judgment on that one. Like always, I'm not an expert. Everything that I have to say is based on my own experiences, opinions, desires, and whatever else I want to put in this disclaimer. I don't say anything to demean or harm anyone, and whatever works for you and your friends or roleplay buddies is fine, but these are generalized to what I've seen being appropriate. So, number one, and I wish I didn't have to say this because it seems like the kind of thing that shouldn't have to be said, don't assault other players' characters. You'd think I'd be joking because I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm not. In fact, that's where a lot of horror stories of people with female characters come from. Whether you're a DM or a player, it doesn't matter. Don't force unwanted things on other people's characters. It's gross, it can be very triggering, and it's just wrong. And for a lot of reasons, but I don't feel like I have to explain them, and I don't want to explain them, because if you don't get it by now, you probably shouldn't be playing with others. So moving on from that grossness, number two, killing other players' characters. It might seem like a fun idea, and it might be a fun idea if the player agrees to it and thinks that it should be interesting. Maybe they're trying to get rid of their character so they can bring in a new one. Maybe they just think that it's time for their character to die. I don't know. But without consent, attempting to destroy another person's creation so they can no longer use it is such a douche move. Please don't do that. Again, there's a lot of reasons why this is just a mean thing to do. I think the most poignant thing I can say about it is, imagine if it was your character that someone was trying to take out. It's rude, it's unsportsmanlike, and honestly, it's not fun for anyone but the person being a dick. Number three, brooding characters are interesting to some people, and that's okay. Characters can be damaged, have complicated backstories, and have trust issues. Nobody is asking for characters to open arms except everyone in the party. But, and this is a big but, playing a character in a way that degrades party dynamics, both in character and out of character, to the point where it is legitimately difficult to roleplay, is a very selfish way to act. If a player character is being played in a way that people have to tiptoe around them in order to make anything work, if the player who is playing the character is consistently having their character Leroy Jenkins up everyone else's plans because they want to be the solo hero, if someone decides that they want to only be playing so they can continuously undermine everything the other players are doing, then probably a group activity like role-playing is not for them. Well, yes, we are all entitled to play our characters the way that we want to, and some of our favorite characters in books and TV shows might be brooding loners. The difference between books and TV shows and role-playing with friends is that the main character is everyone, and not just one character. We have to work together because it's a group activity. When everyone decides to play the brooding loner who sits in the dark corner with their hood up, who constantly refuses to talk to anyone, how exactly do we plan to make a story? And number 4, this is going to be the last one because I want today's video to be kind of short. The golden rule exists for a reason. What is the golden rule? The golden rule, to treat others how you want to be treated, should exist in every aspect of our lives. Whether it's screaming at someone because they didn't bag your cereal correctly, all the way to the silly little things like role-playing games. Also, aside, do not scream at anyone because they didn't bag your cereal correctly. Treat everyone the way that you want to be treated. Honestly, that can go for all the other rules up till this one, so those were kind of fillers at this point, but bottom line, if you don't want someone to kill your character, don't go around trying to kill the party members. If you want people to listen to you as a player, listen and respect the other players. It's just that simple. And I lied because I guess I'm a lying lie face, but I'm gonna follow up the golden rule with the silver rule, which is nobody but the player or the DM gets to decide what happens to their character. We can always say what we wish the outcome to be, but dictating what other player characters are doing isn't okay. It's overstepping boundaries, and I'm pretty sure anyone who does this is the kind of person who would get upset if it was done to them, which circles back around to the golden rule, so I think I should just name this video the golden rule and end it here. But yeah, I hope if anyone has been having difficulty playing with others and wondering why they're getting upset, that this clears things up. I wish that these were self-explanatory guidelines, and anyone listening to me now and thinking, oh well, this is all just stating the obvious, thank you for your high EQ, but not everyone is at the same level of social understanding, and that's okay. We all make mistakes, we all find ourselves doing cringy things, but the only reason we're able to cringe at our past actions is because we've grown as people. Well, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. If you haven't, I highly recommend subscribing and ringing that notification bell, as it really helps my channel out. And please share your thoughts in the comments, as I love to hear from you, and I read each and every one. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye!